Don't you cringe at the fact of thinking about your kid playing an guitar at Vespers and fucking, I would kick his face,
should.
bro.
Or carrying 4 chairs in each arm.
Trying to impress the girls and shit, dude.
That's important for development, okay? You can't.
Nah.
Sometimes you gotta discourage a kid so he doesn't turn out gay as hell.
Yeah.
Dude.
Welcome back to another episode of Careful Boys. Today we have with us just regular Anthony Lee.
Aw, the regular one?
I want a specialist.
I wanted an expert.
But then today we're going to have him focusing on raising children in religious households.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Which I'm an expert on.
And it's
Catholic priest expert.
Yeah, and it's something I wanted to ask you about because this is something that I'm pretty interested in. I don't know yet because I don't have kids, but maybe you can help me out.
Even though I don't have kids.
You have cats,
I have cats.
so I trust you.
You might have kids. So what I want to do is...
You probably have kids out there.
Relax.
Ecuador.
Hey, I'm just respecting your game, brother.
I've been thinking about this a lot randomly, and I'm like, I feel like it's a good idea. I don't know if it is. I really enjoyed growing up, right? I loved being part of the church community in the religion that we grew up in.
That was fun.
Very, very healthy. I thought it was awesome development. It gave a lot of moral compass. Really great overall experience. Am I a believer in that same thing now? I'm not. But I think by the time I have a kid, I would like that kid to grow up and have that. Is it wrong for me to want to raise a family underneath that, even though we don't believe in it?
Number one, I think you're putting yourself in a complex situation because let's say that's totally a religious thing, right? So
Yeah.
it is based on belief. So if you indoctrinate or you put your kid into something that is like so discernibly like this is the belief, and then they come home and they want to like dive deeper, and then you can't provide an authentic response to that, I think you just put yourself in a weird conundrum. Whereas like I personally feel like I got a similar experience of like loving a good childhood experience in community development and moral compass through things like being a Boy Scout.
Oh.
And I can still believe that today.
Oh, that's a good point.
Kind of lit. It has the same structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's not questioning my faith of something, and then like if I put my kid into it but I don't believe it, then I'm like, I don't yes, Boy Scouts is the right God. Like I'm not doing that, you know?
I do think as much as I hated going to Catholic church, like I really am grateful that I did because I know now like that's that sort of stuff. Like when people talk about like going to church on Sundays and stuff, I know that. So I can relate to those people. I'm grateful for that. But I'm not grateful for all the guilt.
I thought you liked the guilt.
No, I just am used to it. Like I don't love it.
I thought the guilt has saved you on many occasions.
Oh, it has many times, no, for sure. But I don't love like being inherently guilty about literally everything. Like you could be telling a story right now about how you cheated on like an ex-girlfriend of yours, and I'd be like, I was probably the guy who's fucking her. In my brain, I'm like, I was probably fucking her. It was probably me. Because in my brain, I'm the guilty guy. Like I'm the problem. I'm guilty. I did probably the other part of it. Or like even during Mafia, like
That's where your mind goes, right?
no, immediately. Like we just did Mafia the other day, and Nick calls me out. He's like, "That wasn't Steve's. Like, let's fucking go." And I was like, "God damn, he knows me, dude." Yeah. I was like, "That's not my let's fucking go. I'm such a guilty fucking boy. I don't know. I can't do it."
Okay.
But I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. I think Smack's the same way. She grew up in religious schools as well, and she's not a believer in anything like that. But I think she also understands that it wasn't necessarily a bad upbringing.
What'd you get out of it though, for you? Like you talk about the structure, but what was it about it?
Well, it's also different because the religion I grew up in was primarily all Filipinos too, so I got a really good sense of community through ethnicity as well. I think it's made me an overall better person than I was meant to turn out to be, as odd as that sounds. I think it kept me out of a ton of trouble, and I think it also like made me a softer person, like a more caring person. Like I just developed more feelings of like listening to people, understanding what they had to say, just because the environment was so good, like it was so good natured. And I think other than that, I would have just been either scared all the time of my parents or just like fucking off into who knows where.
So looking back, does it have a veneer feeling of it, where like you look back on it and you go, it was such a good feeling, but maybe it was a little bit fake, and that's why you kind of reject it now? Or are you like, no, I think it was actually just inherently good?
I think it was good. I really don't think it was a bad thing. I think I am now the outlier because of how maybe I've changed. And that's why I feel the only discrepancy I have is I feel selfish because I want to partake in those things. I want to like take from it now, which feels really like self-centered, that I'm like, no, I want my kid to have those things that I took, but then I don't want to give in the authentic way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to like be one of them, but I liked the perks of having and being a part of that.
But you want the boundaries now.
Yeah, I think in a way, the reason I'm thinking this is because I have a strange feeling that was my dad the whole time.
What do you mean?
I don't think my dad truly gave a shit.
Oh, wow.
But I think he did it for the family system.
Yeah.
So my dad was always, every week, it was tough to get him out of bed to go to church. Like sometimes he would just be like, hey, you guys go ahead. You know, like,
Saturday morning cartoons are so much more better.
yeah, I have a feeling that he wasn't fully in it, but he understood that it's like people who believe in nuclear families. It's like that thing, he understood the structure and was like, oh, we need this to survive.
Yeah.
So he kind of just provided the time and space and energy to facilitate it. But by the time I was old enough and out of there, that fool's just not gone back.
And does that turn you off to it, or does that support your?
No,
your
it makes me want to do the same thing. Because I think if my dad could get away with it, like I probably could
And
too.
you're sitting here as an adult saying that it was inherently good for you.
I think I absolutely believe that it was good for me. And I think like there's still ways that I could be a good community member of that as well without having to like deceive everybody, I guess, without having, like my dad was a very wallflower character in church and in schools. So he wasn't like, you know, doing fucking speaking in tongues, praising the Lord and shit. Not at all. He was just very like part of the community, but not overdoing it. And
See,
I'm like,
that's why I like
that.
that's why I like the Boy Scout system. You could throw your kid into it, but it's not like the scout leaders are looking at the parents going like, well, you should join too.
You know what
It's
I
just
wonder?
sometimes looking at the kids a little bit.
hey.
We do have something similar
That
to
happens
Boy
in the
Scouts.
church.
Awanas?
We have Pathfinders. Yeah, it's like our Seventh-day Adventist Boy Scouts.
I do wonder though, like, if it would have been different if we stayed with the church and the community, because when we were younger, right, we're at the will of our parents, and if they had a falling out or whatever with the community, which is what happened to me. And in my old church, they even split up, like so many members left and all that stuff. But I'm like, if I stayed till now, then the power would be shifting to our hands. We're around that age where it's like, now we
You're the
get to do
leaders.
what we
Yeah.
want with the church, and our peers are going to be pastors and things like that.
Can you remind the audience what church you guys were?
We were Seventh-day Adventists. So it's like, I think it came around the same time as Mormonism, but it's like an offshoot of, so Adventism, I think it's an offshoot of something.
The Millers. It's an offshoot of like Millerites.
Yeah, but it was during this, like, I would say it would probably be like third wave Christianity. Like first wave would probably be like all the people that escaped England. Second wave would probably be like the new wave, and then the third revival, and then whatever. But basically it's pretty odd. Like it's not basic evangelicals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, in that community though, it's like the Mormon church where you have colleges, high schools, you have hospitals, you could basically live in the same community, marry the same people within it, and just be in your own world.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I miss, is the familiarity. It feels like you're in a village. So you can be in a big city like LA, but you have so many like memories with friends that you literally grow up with. And then you're kind of connected worldwide with the same community. Even George from Tiger Belly,
I know.
he's a seventh.
I'm
Yeah.
aware.
So like we have these similar things of like, oh, you know, so-and-so from this college. And I think that thing I miss. And I miss like, we have these things called camp meetings where like every summer, all the churches get together. And some of my best memories were like, you get together, you meet other kids, you make other friends, you sometimes maybe even find a girlfriend, you know? And it's like, and so it's almost like Boy Scouts, but it's co-ed scout, you know?
That's actually.
And then you run into the forest.
Just had Girl Scouts right next to us.
Not the same.
But you get to play, like, yeah, so I think the community aspect is cool. The moral aspect is cool. But what if we actually stayed with them and whenever there's drama, we have a say in it. And we're like, don't act like that.
Yeah, maybe there's a way that we won't have as much like haze in front of our eyes that we'll be able to make better calls and good judgment. But I miss it to the point where I went to a freaking Seventh-day Adventist church here, like a few miles away from here, just to see what it was like.
Did they have like kids running around like the way you remember?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's interesting too because within 10 miles any direction, I mean, there's like 5 Seventh-day Adventist churches in 10 square miles, like around here. There's so many, they're all...
Should we be concerned? Are they taking over?
No, they're all like very wholesome and cute and small and just like exactly kind of what I remembered from, that culture. And
Does your churches smell funny?
they all have a scent, yeah.
Right? Like, dude, church smells funny.
Because we share as odd as it sounds, most Seventh-day Adventist churches don't have enough to be only Seventh-day Adventist. On other days, it's other religions sometimes.
Whoa, dude.
So they rent out the Sundays because we worship on Saturdays or like...
Yeah, they rent it out to a different... Or sometimes we're the ones renting, so it's like you can...
Dude, if you guys worship on Saturdays, you guys should open with that because I watch football on Sunday. Like,
Because then you don't have to
leave
lose your
with the good
Sundays.
shit. Yeah, that's good shit.
But I don't know if religion is the right place to like... I mean, I get the whole moral foundation thing, right? But then... I don't even know. Like, do you want other people teaching your child about morality? You know what I mean? Because
It's going to happen eventually.
It'll happen, and I think like out of all, I just don't think I know yet how to create or replicate what we had and not be that.
And I think the important thing is the conversations you have at home is more important than someone else teaching your kid about morality. Because then that becomes a conversation starter. And whether or not that idea sticks or gets challenged is the conversation you have with your kid at home.
And as the expert, I think the conversations that you have at home are more important than the teaching
Asshole.
in conversations.
No, because we've actually been thinking about it too.
Really? Oh no way! Damn.
Like obviously I'm not really Christian. I didn't grow up Christian.
But you taught Tiger how to pray and stuff.
Yeah, so we pray, and then so the only thing that Gio knows is like the Catholic stuff. So every time we pass by a church, he's always doing like this thing, like tell my mom, I'm just church. And then so we go based off like a loose kind of like 10 Commandments type thing. Cool. But we realize like, I think the more reinforcements you can have in the kid's life, the more like morality gets ingrained, right? Because if you go to, I think just regular school, you're getting challenged. All the kids, it's like Lord of the Flies. Then you have a little bit of the teacher going, oh, you should be a good person. And then they could still be a dickhead during recess. But then if you go to like jujitsu, and then this is what a good person is. And at home, this is what a good person is. Then you go to church, then you kind of like reinforced from like every angle. And I think the kid's like, oh shit, I'm hearing the same kind of like gist of things everywhere. Maybe I should actually do it. And I think that's kind of the goal, is having like that same lesson being taught all over. Especially if they're like kind of hard-headed like the way Taika is. Like he has to learn his own lessons,
True.
don't you cringe at the fact of thinking about your kid playing an acoustic guitar at Vespers and fucking beating and shit? I would kick his face, bro.
You
I'd be
should.
like, that is so...
Kick him till he's dead.
Dude, that is so gay, dude. Like, kumbaya, bitch. Like,
on,
that is
dude.
not my son. Like,
Or carrying 4 chairs in each arm.
trying to impress the girls and shit, dude.
That's important for development, okay? You can't...
Nah.
Sometimes you got to discourage a kid so he doesn't turn out gay as hell, dude.
Yeah.
Some people have to learn on their own.
Nope.
I will say, my favorite thing I got out of church, I really did, 10 Commandments style, right? Thou shalt not, like all that stuff. Okay, like don't covet thy neighbor's wife. But then Nina started doing this thing with her hair, like.
You're fucking dumb.
But then I was like, thank God, Anthony's technically not my neighbor.
And thank God you got Catholic guilt, you bitch.
Oh, do you feel bad?